Hi everyone, well, we were just leaving Seattle and I'm on my second wing of the cruise. And it was beautiful. It was a sunny day. We watched the sail away party. Here, I'll put it here. Wait. You know, watch the change of weather. So you probably can hear the rain, and it's actually hail. I gotta show you this now. Oh, hear that? Look. Oh my goodness. And we literally just sailed. So, sail away party was at 4 o'clock. We started pulling out. I came down to my cabin at about 25 after. So we've only been sailing 15 minutes and we ran into a hailstorm. I saw the fog coming in and then the hailstorm came in. That's pretty unique. I've been in a couple snowstorms. I've never had hail on my cruise. And my balcony's already flooding. That's how heavy that rain is coming down. It just goes to show how quickly weather can change. And speaking of weather change, I thought I'd tell you a little story. Because we were talking about bad weather at dinner last night. And some people were asking, had we ever been in bad weather? I've been in lots of bad weather. You might remember the Cunard trip that I did transatlantic, ran into a big storm in that we weren't allowed on the top deck for 5 days because it was so windy and such a storm. But one of the best ones was when Tony and I decided to head to Japan, and we were going to do a trip out of Shanghai on the brand new Spectrum of the Seas. So we fly down, and the weather in Disney, we're at Disney, Shanghai Disney, and the weather is absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous, and we said, oh, what a great week. This is going to be beautiful. So we decided to get ready the next day. We're we're spending a couple days in Disney, and then we're heading to the ship, and we get a text message saying, get to the ship right now. We're leaving early because there's a storm. You want to see something crazy? Watch. It's sunny now. The sun's coming out. And my balcony is literally covered in inches of water. But anyway, we are traveling and we get the message, head to the ship. Luckily we were on our way to the ship because we didn't know how long it would take to get there. And so we pull up to the ship and the captain's announcing in China and Japan, they call them typhoons. And so a typhoon was on its way in and we had to outrun it. And so we start sailing away and we run into some rough weather. And they said, first off, look at that sun. Look at the sun. They said, don't go out in your balconies. And we're going to have some rough seas for about 5 or 6 hours until we get ahead of the hurricane. Because a cruise ship can usually travel faster than a hurricane normally travels. So we're in some rough seas. They were handing out sick bags on every stairwell. The ship was going like this, back and forth, and people were like this. And I guess I've been at sea so long, it just does not affect me. We could be going like this, and I would be here, woo! The rough seas don't affect me whatsoever. And we were, the very first thing the thing as everyone's there said, please everybody stay off your balconies because of the rough seas. It's very dangerous out there. And so what does Don do? Don goes on his balcony right away. Now, before you say, hey, that's really dangerous. Now, I was in an unusual balcony. Okay, I was in one of those balconies that stuck out. You know, when the ship is going like this and then part of the ship sticks out and you have those extra long balconies? Well, I was the one facing towards the rear of the ship, and so I had an extra long one facing the front of the ship. So I had a whole wall here beside me in an extra long balcony, and so my actual balcony at the end to go overboard was just, you know, a normal balcony but slightly angled, and then I had another wall here, and my balcony in that cabin was literally as long as my cabin. So I was very well enclosed and very well protected. Had I been on a, you know, a balcony like this right here with very little room, yeah, I would not have been a foolish person and jumped out there. I checked, I opened up my door, and I made sure that there was no wind, there was no big gushes of waves there, and the wall, it's not even like the, you know, the wall that you can fold over between balconies sometimes. You can open up your balconies between people if you all know each other. This was a wall of a cabin, a wall of the ship. So in order for a wave to get to me, it would have to tear apart 3/4 of the ship to get to me. So I was pretty safe where I was, but I was a little disappointed that we were at night and I could barely make out the rough seas there. I could feel them. I could feel the ship going like this and like this. And when you're on the aft of the ship, it's better than in the front of the ship, because in the front you get bang into those waves, but in the aft it's kind of like, whoa, we're just riding it out back here, don't worry about it. So it's just an up and down motion. But that was one of the best, roughest seas I've been on. I've been on some that have been really, really big and really, really bad, but this here, the little hailstorm, that was nothing, absolutely nothing. And it just goes, literally, we're 15 minutes out of Seattle, hailstorm, fog, couldn't see 2 feet in front of us. 5 minutes after that, clear and sunny skies. Ah, man. Life of a cruise ship cruiser. It's an experience, and I'm just curious. Have any of you guys been in any? You know, I know people have been through earthquakes. I know that people have lived through floods and all kinds of disaster stuff. And you know, in Ottawa we've had tornadoes. We don't get earthquakes too often. Nothing to speak of, anyway. If they are, they're very, very small. But you know, we don't live through the forest fires like you do in the West. In Ottawa area, we're pretty moist, like lots of wet. Lots of rivers and lots of rain, so we're usually pretty good where we live. So I'm just curious of what other people are seeing out there. And have you ever been on a trip where the worst has happened? Like you go on a vacation and a hurricane barrels down on you in Mexico, or you're stuck on an island like St. Kitts or Jamaica and you can't get off with bad weather coming in. I'm told one of the safest places in Florida to be is in Disney World, in like Walt Disney World. Most of their hotels and their buildings are all specifically built to withstand Category 4 and 5 hurricanes. So that was interesting to find out. And of course, these cruise ships are all built to withstand like Category 4, and no ship, any ship in the world, should ever be out in that Category 5. Yeah, I bet you the people who were up on those top decks who were just enjoying the sun and in the and in the hot tubs that were up top, I bet you they were scrambling a few seconds ago when that hail started pelting the top deck. What a great start, 15 minutes in.